This is Jennifer reporting from WCC TV. When it comes to WCC cross country, the conversation usually begins with talking about the University of Portland. The Pilot men have won 30 consecutive conference titles, the longest active streak in any cross-country program in the country. The Portland women have been nearly as dominant as the men, winning 19 of the 24 conference titles. The Pilots were picked as a WCC favorite in both the men's and the women's preseason coaches poll, earning the maximum 49 points in their respective polls. On the men's side, Loyola Marymount and San Francisco tied for second place, followed by Santa Clara in fourth. Gonzaga was picked to finish fifth, followed by Pepperdine in sixth, San Diego in seventh, and St. Mary's in eighth. The women's polls were similar to the men's, as the Lion women were tabbed to finish second, while San Francisco was picked third, and Santa Clara selected fourth. Rounding out the women's polls was Pepperdine in fifth, Gonzaga in sixth, San Diego in seventh, and St. Mary's in eighth. With expectations running high on the bluff, our field reporter Will Blowers caught up with men's head coach Rob Connor to see what he had to say. Here's to you, Will.
Thanks, Jennifer. I'm sitting here with the University of Portland's men's cross-country coach, Rob Connor. How's it going, Coach? How's your summer been?
Great, just been out running on the trails.
After finishing 7th last year at the NCAA Championships, what are your expectations heading into this season?
To me, a 7th place finish is fantastic. 6th place would be better. And even though we lost our top guy, David Kinsella, who was 4th at the NCAA Championships last fall, going into this season, my goal is to win a trophy.
Obviously, the success of the program has been rooted in the training. And I was just wondering if you could let me know, your own personal training philosophy.
Nobody will out-train us. Some other schools may be able to outspend us, and some other schools may be able to out-talent us, but nobody will outwork us. So when you have that simple training philosophy, you have a chance. And that's exciting. We're the smallest school out there, but we're in the top 10 nationally, and it's through the hard work of our athletes.
I'm sitting here with women's cross-country coach Ian Solof. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us today, Coach.
You bet.
You guys faced a tremendous amount of adversity last season due to injuries, but you still managed to win the WCC title and finish 5th at regionals, which was the best finish in program history. How has that experience benefited this year's team heading into the season?
Well, after that season last year, we took away two main things from that experience, and one was the idea that how good could we be if we had no injuries, if we didn't have any setbacks or any problems, and that was a real positive and something to get excited about for this year. And the other thing was not to limit ourselves.
Dana Morgan has been one of the most dominant runners in the WCC in the past 3 seasons. Could you talk about what she brings to the program and what some of the younger runners can learn from her?
Dana brings a tremendous amount to the program. She works hard, she's a great student, she gets along with everybody, she's very talented. Having somebody like her is very easy to coach, and she's ideal for our program. She actually struggled a little bit last year, and she redshirted the track season, but she's doing really well now, and she's very excited to get back to racing and looking forward to the upcoming seasons.
With LMU and USF bringing back several key runners this upcoming season, I was wondering if you could talk about how competitive that you think that the conference is going to be in challenging you guys for that top spot.
It's a lot like Mark Few always says in basketball. When we come to the court, all of a sudden there's a full house. A team might be averaging 1,500 fans, but when Gonzaga comes in for basketball, they have 5,500 and they're jammed to the rafters, and it's the A game from the opposition and from the opposition's crowd. And that's what we face every time we come down to the West Coast Conference Championships. We face the A game from all these other schools. What they want to do is beat a guy from Portland.
Which WCC team do you see as your biggest challenger for the conference crown this season?
Well, I think Loyola is definitely the top team. I would say they're the favorites right now. I think they're going to be very strong. They should be the best team they've ever had, and they have Tara Erdman back, who is defending individual champion. So I think they're maybe a little bit ahead of where we are right now, and I think you also have San Francisco, who will will be strong as well, but I think Loyola is going to be very tough.
All right, well, that just about wraps it up. Good luck this season, Coach. Now let's send it back to Jennifer. Keep it real, Portland.
Thanks, Will. Well, that about wraps it up. The 2009 WCC Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships will take place on October 31st at Crystal Springs Course in Belmont, California. For more information on WCC Cross Country, log on to WCCSports.com. Reporting for WCC TV, I'm Jennifer.